Coach, another huge win for you guys. Defense, outstanding job. Another shutout on the season. You guys move up to number 6. Just kind of recap the last game for us.
Well, Greenwood's a good football team, and those who were there saw that they had talent and well coached, but our kids were, again, you could tell how focused they were and ready to play, and started it really fast on both sides of the ball, made things happen, jumped out to a 20-point lead, and I like how fast we're playing and how fast we're starting right now.
I know you don't go in expecting to shut out a team, let's be realistic, but you have 2 back, 3, no touchdowns in 3 football games. What are they doing to get these results on that side of the ball?
We're playing really well up front with our front 3. Our outside linebackers are active and athletic, and then I've been most impressed with our inside linebackers because it's a sophomore and a junior that weren't on the varsity last year. And they really played hard, played fast, and played physical. And then in the back end, we've held up pretty good, and we're going to get tested by leveling this week. But I was proud because Greenwood's a physical football team, and they're going to come right at you. And we needed to play a team like that to see who we were, and I was proud how we played against them.
Not to harp on this, but are they taking some pride in these zeros at the end of the quarters?
Yes, they really are. Now, we don't talk. I talked about it Saturday, and I told them I don't think since I've been here that we've ever had back-to-back shutouts. But boy, hats off to them, how hard they're playing, and of course Coach Anderson and the defensive staff.
You guys won 4 decisive games to start the season, maybe a little more decisively than you might have expected. What's the big challenge right now for them to try to keep that up? What do you kind of tell the guys, like, okay, this has been great, but what's kind of the thing you got to kind of put out there to kind of keep that level up?
Yeah, and I've told y'all, a ton of times that this senior class, they just get it, and we've known it for a long time, and they're taking ownership and leadership in that area, and so. When we show up to practice, we're practicing hard, we're focused, when we're doing all of our extra work, weights, special team stuff, our conditioning, they lead the way, and so it hadn't been that big a challenge, to be real honest with you.
Coach, talk about the playbook you guys have allows for some of those trick plays. J-4 going into the 2-point conversion, the hook and ladder. Does this make it more fun, the way they're playing, and allow you guys to have more fun with the game of football?
Yeah, I was talking to a friend, Jerry Schaefer, yesterday, and he was talking about trick plays, and I just tell him they're not trick plays. We practice them just like we practice 2-zone every single day in our team script, in our individual, in our group, and so and we have to do that because I tell Coach Winfrey, if I don't see it working in practice, you ain't calling it. And so they're adamant about it, but I can tell you that the kids get fired up about it. It's a lot of fun. I think our fans like it too.
Blake, you've had a lot of good offensive football teams in your tenure at Canyon, but this one seems to have as many or more weapons than you've had in a long, long time. Can you kind of talk a little bit about how you can spread the ball out so well?
Yeah, it's really still starting with our offensive line and how physical they're playing. I've been so proud of them and Coach Rushing, the job that he's done. And we do have some weapons, but I like how we're using them, and I like that we can get in 1 tight, a 2 tight, or spread or empty formations and really put pressure on people and be effective in all areas. If I had to say that my favorite thing right now is that when we get in the 2 tight 1 back stuff and pound the football, I really enjoy that a lot.
Are you surprised that Dumas fell out of the rankings completely after their their first loss in 22 regular season games?
I don't know how Matt and all those guys pick it week to week, but I know Dumas is a great team. And let's don't kid ourselves. If you look at Stephenville's schedule, they played some bosses. Stephenville is not without guys. They've got great talent and great kids. Dumas is going to be just fine, I'll assure you.
I know you don't like to brag on yourself, but you got win number 150 of your career Friday. What did that, I'm sure you reflected on it a little bit, but what did that mean to you?
Shoot, I don't, Lance, you've been around me a long time. That kind of stuff just isn't my deal. I guess probably it showed a bunch of young coaches out there that if that dumb buck could win, they can too. So maybe they got something out of that.
J-4 is easily making his case to be district MVP this year, maybe more so than a guy like Spencer Williams. What did he do? What is he doing that's different from last year that has made him just so versatile, so dangerous in the backfield?
He's played his way into being a pretty good quarterback right now, and he'll be the first to tell you that he didn't feel like he was playing good early in the year. but he's starting to get confidence. You know, you gotta remember, he only played about 4 games last year and then watched Lawton the year before, and so, you know, he's young in playing time if you really look at it, but, he's the leader of our football team, and I've told y'all this a bunch, that when he stands by me and he's fixing to go out, I'm confident. When he gets in the huddle, our kids are confident. If we had to drive 99 yards to win the game and he ran out there, our kids are gonna do it, they believe it.
Speaking of Lawton, he's playing WT this weekend. You just kind of, are you going to be able to watch that game at all this Saturday? Or are you going to pay attention to that?
Oh, absolutely, I try to watch him every Saturday, yeah, and of course text and keep up with him, and, he's making some things happen and playing well and taking advantage of his opportunities, and it's great for our community and it's great for our kids to see.
As far as level line goes this Friday night, how do they rank among the challenges you guys have faced through winning your first 4 games this season, you'd say?
Well, offensively now, guys, y'all can look, they score points, and they were up on Dumas, up in Dumas, after the first quarter, maybe midway through the second. So they can move the ball, they got a running back that can really run, a quarterback that can sling it, good skill receivers. It'll be a different type of challenge for us, and then defensively, they run that Borger 3-3-5 scheme, and they're really multiple and have good athletes, so they'll run a little bit more man than zone, but, they do a great job, and so we just gotta take care of us and make sure that we go out and do the things we've been doing. But they're a good football team.
With the speed you guys have at wideout, do you think that gives you an advantage at the running man?
I sure like it, yeah. We're gonna take our shots. I mean, you saw how long last Friday it took for Todd to throw a deep post when he saw man. It was like the 3rd play of the game, so we're gonna take those shots, yeah.